I am sitting here with Smarty Pants. Hello, Smarty Pants.
Hello.
And we were talking about the fact that we've just moved to a new home. And there's this wonderful wall in the living room that needs a picture. We thought about going out and robbing a motel room and getting standard art, but instead we discussed the possibility of putting an original piece of art by
Smarty Pants.
Smarty Pants. Just a
Smarty
little
Pants.
spooky cinematography there to on the wall, and we were looking for an idea, and we came up with an idea. And I wanted Smarty Pants to explain what the idea is, and she's actually put together what we could, I guess, in music or in writing, you call it a rough draft. What would you call it in art?
Sort of a prototype.
Prototype. She has it right.
Not like I know art terms.
She is such an artist that she knows the word
I don't.
prototype.
I don't.
I personally have never had anything but an amateur type, but that's me. But she's so good, she is a prototype.
Don't count on it.
So she came up with this idea, which you've called what?
Genesis.
Genesis, referring to the beginning.
The beginning.
And it is a series of layered, you tell them.
It's representative of the earth, starting with how it started. In other words, at the very bottom of the page, you have the core. You know the core of the earth, the molten lava that's at the center of the earth.
That kind of looks like lava, doesn't it?
Yes. And then all around that lava, it's just this quarry, earthen, gray, yucky stuff that's full of fissures, allowing
Listen
the
to those
steam-
words.
Yeah.
Please get our dictionary.
You taught me fissure earlier today. But
That's
anyway.
from the Bible. I will make you fishers of men. No, that's not
That
it.
same kind
That's
of
not
fissure. Full of fissures that let the heat and steam come up into what becomes the next layer,
Which
which
is?
is earth. It's earth,
It
it's
is.
sod, it's brown, or it will be some kind of brown, different shades of brown, getting a little lighter
From
in
sand
shade.
to soil.
Yes,
From sand to ritual, Iowa, raising corn soil.
Right. And then it comes up from that into the green.
Oh.
We come up into the green.
The greening.
The top layer of the earth is so green. And it's got little,
So we start with the molten, come through
the
the
fissures.
fissures of the rock, up through the soil.
Then we have the
green.
grass, the green. And above, they're little, you see, those are blades of grass.
Oh, they sure are.
Really big blades
sure
of grass. Then we have all of these swirlings. These swirlings, in my mind, represent man. Red and yellow, black and white. Red and yellow, black and white. And just so that the viewer will understand that it's man, these are toes.
Oh
Toes,
my.
big toe, middle toe, little toe.
So
this
we're
little
leaving our
kitty.
footprint
Yes,
on the soil
on the soil.
as we journey.
That's right. And above us, only sky.
And there's sun. Look at the sun right
The
there.
sun, the
Shining on the whole
right.
mess of us.
It doesn't go around us. We go around it.
Shining on the just and the unjust.
Right.
I'm somewhere in there, aren't you?
Yes. And the blue, it's a beautiful blue sunny day with puffy little white clouds. Those are puffy little white clouds. And we go from the blue.
Look, we've a cumulus of clouds.
And above that, only sky. The sky goes from blue into black. And we've got little shiny stars.
Starry, starry night.
Yes.
So we go from the core to the rock, to the soil, to the greening of an idea of life. And then there we are in that mixture, muddled of life with our sticking our toes into it, under a beautiful, burgeoning sun with a blue sky and the clouds, with the whole universe above us in black with beautiful stars. And what do you call it again?
Genesis.
So you drew this up
Yes.
And then what are you going to do?
Well, the idea is to go out and get a big old canvas and some big buckets of paint and paint this in a beautiful abstract way, maybe taking a little more than 10 minutes
Oh,
to
you
do
use
it.
spray cans.
Yeah, I'm thinking
Oh.
about using spray cans, spray paint, and maybe a little acrylics on top of it, and using big brushes and spray cans, and see if we can't put together a beautiful landscape for our living room wall.
Oh, I'm so glad you shared this with us today. Genesis. What a genesis of a great idea. I hope you all enjoyed it. From the core to the stars. From the core to the stars. A genesis. Thank you, Smarty Pants.
My pleasure.
How'd your pants ever get so smart?
That you'd have to ask them, and I didn't want to do that.
Because I certainly have run across enough dumb pants.
Yeah.
That's my story. I'm sticking to it.